The acid rain fell endlessly. People in the rain became zombies one by one. Everyone was frantically grabbing supplies, while I was frantically practicing drawing. Because the things I drew would become real. I thought my power could only feed me, but the pea shooter I drew came to life and attacked the zombies made by the rain. The apocalypse arrived. I survived until the 6th day on 2 packs of snail noodles and 4 packs of fire chicken noodles. So hungry. I want boiled chicken, spicy chicken burgers, herb-roasted lamb wings, crispy fried chicken, old Beijing chicken rolls, and the tender beef 5-star, not egg tarts. Dizzy from hunger, I took my notepad and started drawing a burger. 2 buns, a meat patty, lettuce, and a tomato. A super delicious looking hamburger was born. If only it were real to eat. Suddenly, a white light flashed, and the hamburger I drew became real. The burger looked so juicy and smelled amazing. I picked it up, took a bite, and it was so good I could fly. For the rest of the afternoon, I drew like crazy. Fruits, check. Water resources, check. But I wanted meat, I wanted spicy ribs. But the ribs I drew just turned into a pile of rocks. What to do? Craving it badly, I started searching for how to draw spicy ribs. I turned on the TV, switched to a drawing channel, and learned as I watched. But suddenly the whole room lost power. It plunged into darkness, the AC and fridge stopped working. Only the patter of acid rain was outside. 2 hours passed, power wasn't restored. The complex was in chaos. But with acid rain and zombies outside, no one dared to go out and check. No power meant my phone couldn't draw food, which meant I would still go hungry. I remembered my mysterious next-door neighbor. Sleeps by day, screams by night, always in a hat and mask, very secretive. Occasionally, people would visit him, moving machines and computers. He was probably a master hacker. Then he must have a power bank at home. So I drew a fried chicken leg, went to his door, and knocked. The door opened a crack, revealing a white-haired man in a hat. Beneath it was a pale, thin face. "Buddy, got a power bank?" I got straight to the point. He blinked silently. I held the chicken leg forward. Chicken leg for a power bank, a fully charged one. He stared at the chicken leg, his mouth seemed to twitch, but his face remained stoic.
Deal.
After saying that, the door slammed shut. 5 minutes later, the door opened again. A huge, black power bank was tossed out, 20,000 mAh. I hugged the power bank and ran home, plugging my phone in for a quick charge. My phone was finally fully charged. I sighed in relief and then fell asleep. I don't know how long I slept, but a sharp alarm woke me up.
Emergency notice. A widespread zombie outbreak has occurred. Communications and transport face paralysis. All residents must stay in their homes. Do not go outside.
On TV, the host's face was pale, his speech as fast as a machine gun. The scene changed. The streets were empty, eerily quiet, with only the sound of acid rain corroding things. The cars on the roadside were nearly eaten away into scrap metal. I took out my phone. The residents' group chat had exploded. 99 messages, the red dot was blinding. My God, when will this acid rain stop? My family has no more supplies. Does anyone have extra rice or flour? Help me, I'll pay a high price. Running out of food daily, life is impossible. Another person starved. The group was full of cries, the apocalyptic vibe was overwhelming. I have a phone that can draw anything, so food and drink are no problem. A bold idea emerged. Why not use this chance to turn a bicycle into a motorcycle? Turn a small flat into a big villa. I could draw some vegetables and fruits to sell. I quickly drew a pile of cabbage, potatoes, and tomatoes. An hour later, vegetables filled the room like a mountain. Suddenly, a strong wave of dizziness hit me. My vision went black. It seems this is the side effect of overusing my power. It's fine, a small matter. A good sleep should fix it. Next, I changed to a flashy online ID, Brother Yi, and slipped into the owner's group. Brothers and sisters, I have some news. I have a batch of fresh vegetables, limited quantity, selling for a high price, private message me. First come, first served. I also attached photos, guaranteeing delivery by 11 a.m. the next day. Once the message was sent, the once dead group exploded. Holy crap, is this real? How much per pound? This is great news, Brother Yi, I want some. There are vegetables in this crappy weather? Kid, you better not be fooling us. Suddenly, a message tagged me. Brother Yi, where did your vegetables come from? You can't buy them outside now. You didn't steal from the property management's reserves, did you? The sender was the property manager. Then, others started making sarcastic remarks. Did you hoard a lot of supplies? Everyone is struggling, you can't eat alone. That's right, Brother Yi, we're all neighbors. You should give them to us for free. I got annoyed. I was kind enough to help you, and you turn on me. Some people's hearts are colder than acid rain and more toxic than zombies. I need to drop this naive kindness. I replied coldly. Believe it or not, your choice. Buy it or don't. The group went silent for a few seconds. Then, my phone vibrated like crazy. Private messages exploded. Brother Yi, my kid hasn't eaten fresh food in days and cries all the time. Please save 10 pounds of cabbage for me, I'm begging you. Brother Yi, are there any potatoes left? I have an elderly person at home. I want 20 pounds. My feelings were mixed, but I decided to pick a few people with good attitudes and sell to them. To be safe, I didn't deliver at the agreed time, but at 1 in the morning instead. Making sure everyone was asleep, I put on a mask and left with a 28-inch suitcase. Doing a good deed felt like being a thief. I avoided the elevator cameras and took the stairs. The hallway was piled with trash. The stench mixed with the corrosive smell of acid rain was nauseating. After each delivery, I made a mark on the door and took a photo. It took 5 trips, but I finally finished. This money really isn't easy to earn. But what I didn't know was, the stairwell actually had a pinhole camera. A knock sounded at the door.
Anyone home? Open up. It's property management here to help.
I tiptoed to the door and looked through the peephole. Hey, isn't this the property manager who criticized me in the group? Why is he here? The manager's brow was furrowed, his expression unfriendly. Something's not right. Just as I was wondering, he suddenly lowered his voice and muttered to the guard behind him.
No one's there? Maybe they're not home.
Impossible, sir. The camera saw it clearly. It was her. She secretly moved several loads of vegetables at night. They must be hidden inside.
The guard behind the manager pointed at my door, his tone firm and decisive. My heart sank, and alarm bells went off. These two were after the vegetables I sold. I quickly backed away a few steps, my mind racing. If I draw an AK-47 to shoot them, does it count as self-defense? Wait, I think I can only draw cabbage and fried chicken legs. A hardcore weapon like a gun. I really can't do it. Just as I was panicking, a loud banging started on the door. They were trying to break it down. I steeled myself, rushed to the kitchen, grabbed the family cleaver, and braced it against the door. With a loud bang, the door opened. My scalp tingled and I broke out in a cold sweat. But a second later, I realized it wasn't my door that opened. It was my neighbor's. I saw my mysterious, black-hatted neighbor slowly walk out and emotionlessly utter a few words.
You guys are ugly.
The thugs, no, the guards, turned around and started cursing.
Where did this pretty boy come from? Daring to meddle in our business. Tired of living? Get lost. Scram now, or we'll deal with you too.
They were incredibly arrogant, but they didn't expect the neighbor to slowly raise his hand. Bang! The man in front was instantly shot through half of his shoulder. The world instantly fell silent. Everyone was petrified, including me, trembling. My God, the hidden master hacker actually carries a gun during the apocalypse. Saying it's reasonable, it seems to make some sense. But saying it's unreasonable, something feels off about it all. No matter how great your kung fu, you fear a cleaver. No matter how tough the boss, one shot takes him down. In less than a minute, the group of people ran away. I quickly opened my door to thank him, only to find he seemed to be looking at me. Neighbor, thank you.
Be careful.
A hoarse voice, just a few short words, but it was cool and pleasant to hear. Then he turned to go back inside. I quickly called out to him. Neighbor, what's your name?
My name is Yi Byuhei.
The mysterious neighbor didn't even stop, coolly dropping 2 words.
De Hui.
What, De Hui? As in, Big Grey Wolf De Hui? So casual. It had been raining for a whole month in March. The bleak gray sky looked like it would never clear up. An occasional splash of green on the streets were military figures maintaining order in the apocalypse. But, there were no superpowered people, no saviors. Only more and more terrifying zombies. Watching the world outside worsen, I began to wonder, what are the zombies from apocalyptic novels, anime, and movies afraid of? Suddenly, a name popped into my head. Plants vs. Zombies. I immediately found a picture of the pea shooter and began to copy it. Luckily, my drawing skills had improved. It was about 70 to 80% similar. To be safe, I also drew the shovel from the game used to remove plants. Done. With a bit of nervousness, I clicked save. The light faded, and a real pea shooter appeared on the table. It had green leaves, a round head, and 2 black bean-like eyes. I looked at it. It looked back at me. The atmosphere was strangely quiet. I thought the pea shooter would start shooting peas, pop pop pop. But instead, it was motionless, like a potted plant. Could it be, it needs a zombie to appear? At 11 at night, I went downstairs fully geared up. The target, the camera blind spot at the back gate. There's an iron gate there, with zombies outside. This was the best place to test the pea shooter. I reached the back gate, placed the pea shooter on the ground, and aimed it towards the darkness. Pea shooter buddy, I'm counting on you. You have to be strong. Otherwise, I'll have to grab you and run for my life. This was my first time facing zombies directly after the apocalypse. My heart raced uncontrollably. The pea shooter swayed happily, looking a bit cute and goofy. I took a deep breath, yanked the door open, and quickly hid behind the pea shooter. Alright, pea shooter buddy. The pea shooter instantly activated, entering combat mode. Peas shot out rapidly. A zombie hit by a pea screamed and then fell to the ground. Even more shockingly, after falling, the zombie's body began to melt, like evaporating steam. It was purification. In less than 3 minutes, only foul-smelling puddles of remains were left outside. I excitedly grabbed the pea shooter and gave its round little head a big kiss. Oh my god. Pea shooter buddy, you are literally my god. I love you so much. The pea shooter, however, just swayed calmly, as if everything was under control. I started fantasizing. Should I wipe out the zombie hordes and rule the world? Or hand it over to the country and become a national hero? Or maybe build an apocalyptic base and be the queen? But I never expected it. As I was carefully walking home, hugging my treasure, I suddenly bumped into my neighbor, Dahui. I got nervous and lost my footing. With a thud, the pea shooter fell to the ground. The band on its head came loose, revealing its green leaves. Dahui's gaze shifted towards it. I quickly explained. This is a low-quality fake, really. Before I could react, he snatched the pea shooter from my hands. What was worse, he then forcibly pulled me into his apartment. With a loud slam, the door shut. My heart sank to the bottom. The room was blindingly bright. Before I could adjust, I was stunned. On the computer screen on the dining table was the live surveillance feed of the complex. A chill ran from my feet to my head, my mind went blank. He knew all along and had been monitoring me. My neck felt stiff. I slowly scanned the room. Supplies were piled up like a small mountain. Canned food, compressed biscuits, drinking water. But the few people sitting on the sofa startled me. A few people in uniforms, their faces expressionless. They just looked at me with confusion. Just as I was completely lost, the man in the lead uniform stood up and walked towards me. I instinctively took a step back, my heart pounding. What were they going to do? Unexpectedly, the uniformed man smiled.
Relax, we mean no harm.
He took out his ID to show me. I took it subconsciously. He was the head of the Blackstone safety base. I just couldn't believe all of this was real. Following Dahui and the director, I got into an SUV, passed through several checkpoints, and entered the safety base. Who would have thought that after a month of surviving in the apocalypse, I not only gained a power but also became the leader of the base's special operations team. It was really like a dream. That guy, Dahui, was even wearing a black combat suit. He looked quite the part. He became my follower, no, my assistant and security advisor.
I'm in charge of assisting you. You'd better not draw anything dangerous.
Dangerous? I thought to myself, I'm just drawing. It's not like I can draw a monster. At most, I'd draw a handsome male lead late at night. However, what appeared on the screen was a stick figure with a creepy expression. And just like that, my special operations team gained a uniquely styled stick figure mascot. To get this master artist working sooner, the base found an expert from the art world. His duty was to improve my drawing ability. At our first meeting, the art master frowned, looking at my stick figure. From then on, I lived a dark life of endless drawing. Drawing from morning till night. Lines, colors, perspective, it gave me a headache. After much discussion, we chose a few main offensive units. The pea shooter, simple and easy to draw. And the corn cannon, which is very powerful. Afterwards, at the pass once overrun by zombies, rows of green plants began to grow. Pea shooters, corn pults, and a few sunflowers, shining under the sun. Unexpectedly, the first to notice these plants weren't survivors, but a group of keyboard warriors. Someone posted a photo online with sarcastic comments.
Someone actually believes plants can fight zombies? Their brain must be soaked by acid rain.
I couldn't resist opening the comments. As expected, it was a storm of insults.
Is there really someone who believes in this? Or has gaming addiction turned everyone into delusional characters from a bad sitcom?
I was so angry I wanted to smash my phone. But on second thought, I decided against it. Who knew, a video suddenly went viral, slapping those trolls right in the face. In the video, the normally goofy-looking pea shooter was unleashing a furious assault on a group of zombies. The peas accurately hit the zombies' heads. Once hit, a zombie would twitch and then vanish as if it had evaporated. In less than half a minute, all the zombies on the street were gone. The comments section instantly hit 99+.
Am I seeing things? Plants versus zombies? Oh my god.
My mom asked why I was kneeling to watch my phone. I said I was witnessing a miracle.
Seeing these comments, I was both amused and helpless. But mostly, I was tired. From now on, don't call me Little Yi, call me Night Owl. Drawing day and night like this, I was about to draw until I puked. Just when I couldn't take it anymore, we suddenly created a mass production program and installed it on my phone. With this program, I could draw a huge field of plants with just one tap. This was a life-saving tool. Huiji, you are my god. I excitedly hugged Hui, almost unable to resist kissing him. The coverage of the plants spread wider and wider, and the number of zombies decreased sharply. People started cautiously stepping out of their homes, breathing the long-missed fresh air. Although it still had a sour smell, with proper protection, the acid rain wasn't so scary anymore. The ancestors were right. Natural disasters are easy to avoid, but man-made disasters are hard to prevent. I didn't believe it before, but now I'm truly convinced. A live stream suddenly popped up on my phone. The title startled me. Good things should be brought home. Live streaming the robbery of a pea shooter. In the stream, a rich-looking middle-aged man with several burly bodyguards surrounded a lone pea shooter. The greasy man ranted at the camera.
These plants, are they for you poor folks to use? I've paid for bodyguards to get a few of these pea plants to guard my house. Whoever dares to stop me, I'll cripple them.
His smug face was truly disgusting. At a time like this, the zombies aren't even all dead yet, and he's already thinking about special privileges. Suddenly, a ding sounded in my mind. Danger to host detected. Power system upgrading. As the mechanical voice sounded, my heart tightened. I instinctively opened the drawing app. It turns out I could control the things I drew. For example, making the plants self-destruct or ordering them to attack. Just then, the greasy man and his bodyguards aggressively approached the pea shooter. All of you, stop. I controlled the pea shooter to project my voice. The greasy man froze, then after a few seconds, he sneered.
Where did this little brat come from? Daring to meddle in my business.
They didn't listen at all and continued to charge forward. Just as they were about to touch the pea shooter, it suddenly trembled, and the edges of its leaves turned bright red. Then, with a loud boom, it exploded. The shockwave sent the bodyguards flying. Some hit the wall and fainted, others lay motionless on the ground. The greasy man's face turned green with fear. His legs gave out, and he fell right on his butt. The live stream chat exploded. The screen was flooded with comments. What's going on? The pea shooter self-destructed. That's so intense. Seeing the greasy man scared out of his wits, I couldn't help but laugh. I'm warning you, these plants have self-defense capabilities. Anyone who dares to touch them again will face the consequences. The greasy man was scared witless, scrambling away as he ran. This live stream quickly went viral online, and because of it, netizens started calling me the Apocalypse Queen. I thought things would go smoothly, but new problems arose, one after another.
Team Leader Yi, something big has happened. The acid rain concentration has surged, protective suits are failing, and people are getting infected.
The base was filled with despair and fear. Morale was low. Some were already planning to escape. I took a deep breath to calm myself down. There must be a way. I can't lose my composure. Suddenly, an idea flashed in my mind, an antibody. I immediately took out my phone to search for information. However, antibodies were too difficult for me. I didn't understand them at all.
System detects host is creating a special item. Assist function has been enabled.
A virtual screen appeared before me, showing a test tube with a pale blue liquid inside. That was it. I gripped my phone and began to draw with full concentration. Finally, it was done. I clicked save, my palms sweating from nervousness. Then, a light flashed, and a bottle of pale blue liquid appeared in my hand. I was so excited my hands trembled. I quickly stored the antibody and ran to the research department. Shortly after, the head of research excitedly announced,
"Success! The antibody works."
The people in the lab burst into cheers. The appearance of the acid rain antibody became the turning point in this apocalyptic war. The research department figured out the antibody's components and started working overtime to produce it. They even sprayed it into the air to counteract the acid rain. The acid rain's concentration lessened each day, and the sky began to clear. Because I had made a great contribution, the base appointed me as the deputy commander, in charge of plants and supplies. My office was also upgraded to a top-floor penthouse. Who would have thought that after the apocalypse, a homebody like me would actually become a savior? The film has come to an end. Thank you all for watching the entire video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a comment to let everyone know.